Take off towards a dream.
What makes this scene more impactful? The easy answer is the music, especially when it comes to fights. Before we begin, there are a few points I need to go over. First off, what even is an insert theme? To put it very simply, they're vocal songs used for battles, form changes, and the writers themselves. There are a few exceptions, but semantics where they're due or else we'd be here forever. As a side point, opening themes have been played during fights before, but those are still opening themes and don't count. That also means Kuga's and Hibiki's ending themes aren't gonna be here either. Again, semantics, and this video is gonna be long enough as it is. Second, the themes must be specifically from the season itself, so no movie themes. Those deserve their own list anyway. I may also be spoiling story lead-ups to some of these inserts, but I'll have a spoiler warning during the transitions just in case. Oh, and it should go without saying that this list is only Heisei. Okay, that was quite a bit, but now it's narrowed down to something more personalized. And as always, your opinion matters more than mine, so please keep it civil while typing your own mini list in the comments below. With all that being said, let's start with...
50.
Some of you might be asking where this is from. With the visuals, you can probably tell that it's from Kuga, but when did it play? Well, it didn't. Kuga has some unused insert themes, and personally, I think it was better that they weren't in the show. However, I still think Red Desire, Mighty Form's theme, is great. It's high action, high energy, which probably wouldn't fit, but I don't mind just listening to it casually. There are a few other inserts I enjoyed from Kuga, such as the Tri-Chaser theme, but I'm putting Red Desire here just cause, well, I like how it sounds. Speaking of unused insert themes, this one is Kamen Rider Delta's theme called Delta Strip that was only released in Faiza's album. The opening just sounds so cool with those electronic beats and synths. Then the verse comes in and I'm ready to see Delta fight some Orphanox. This certainly goes along with the other Faiz inserts, so it's a shame that it wasn't used in the show. Besides, Delta is one of my favorite writers, but that bias doesn't put this song any higher.
48.
I'm ready to get some flack for putting this near the bottom, but that doesn't mean it's a bad song. I do like it. If anything, I just wouldn't listen to it more than a couple of times in one sitting. That piano opening is great, and the serious vibe I get certainly goes with Ryuki. Just having images of the survived forms with this theme really grabs me, and the vocals are great for the show too. Let's start a revolution with Kamen Rider Ryuki.
47.
Oh yeah, now this pumps me up for a stylish battle, which is what Last Engage from Kamen Rider Wizard is all about. Isn't it weird that I like the choreography used in the music video? That's kinda what I enjoy the most about this song, but the music itself is great too. Kamen Rider girls perform rock songs and their vocals are always amazing, so add that to the already stylish Wizard and you get a flashy theme perfect for the show.
46.
Kamen Rider O's has a lot of inserts, so it was kinda difficult picking my favorites. Ironic as this list has 50 entries, but I narrowed it down to a couple, one of them including Shout Out, the theme for Shouta. Duets are some of my favorite elements in music, and I love the female vocals for this. And hey, even the announcer is added. Of course, we have Eiji's actor, Shi Watanabe, doing the lead, which is always a plus when an actor sings their own themes. My favorite part for Shout Out is the chorus. The backup vocals put me in this trance that I just love. The verses are okay, but I'm really only listening for the opening and chorus.
Are 45.
Yeah, obligatory Kiva insert despite my dislike for it. Let's check out the form themes. Blech. Yeah, alright. Daga Hammer is my favorite Kiva form, which means there's already a bit of a bias, so I'm glad the music is as good too. Kiva's themes are mostly sung by the actor, which gives them bonus points, and I think Silent Shout has some of the best vocals for them. Plus the instrumentals are amazing. The guitar alone is... love it. I tend to skip a lot of Kiva's music, but this is one I like to listen to on repeat.
44.
Show me a cosmic mind.
Our first theme for a Saishi power-up on my list, Cosmic Mind from Kamen Rider Heisei. I love the vocals for this one, especially with how it starts out. Every time I hear this, I get brought back to the first time I saw Cosmic State's debut and that Uchu Kita being timed to the music. However, that's basically what I love the most about this song. The verse and choruses are fine, I just like how powerful the vocals are when they go along with their debut.
43.
Expect to have a lot of Phis on here just cause I love its OST in general. Eyes Glazing Over did appear quite a bit in the show, and it excites me every time. That's when you know one of the heroes, or Kaiza, is gonna have a good fight. The instrumentals are the best part to Phis' songs, and while I think the vocals are the weakest in Eyes Glazing Over, the instrumentals are just that good to put this above others. Oh yeah, and fun fact, Eyes Glazing Over is one of the inserts that plays with the CSM Delta gear. Yeah, it's pretty cool. So, yeah, it's a good song.
Are you ready?
42.
Hey, 2 Phis inserts in a row. Dead or Alive is a lot catchier to me than the previous entry, and I think it's better in general. The vocals grab me more, and using this during a fight pumps me up a lot more than Eyes Glazing Over. Dead or Alive is one I want to be rider kicked to, and besides, it sounds a little fun.
41.
The next I should power up theme for this list is Unlimited Drive for drives type Trideron. Now this is just a darn fun song. The opening guitar riff, the Kamen Rider girl's vocals, the amazing chorus as always, the triumphant feeling to the point of the show, I really love it all. If I'm giving it this much praise, then just wait for the other drive themes that are coming up.
40.
I feel like it would be cheating if I included the O's combo theme, which means it's not going to be on here. So for the next O's insert, I'm going to go with Regret Nothing. The announcer being part of the song is such a cool detail, but not as cool as Shu Watanabe once again providing lead vocals. Since this is the most used form, I love how much I can listen to this without getting tired of it. Watanabe's voice is perfect and the song is just really catchy.
39.
Here's another one of Kuga's unused inserts, rising your power to gold for his rising forms. The darker opening getting into some hard rock and a catchy verse sounds really good. Another aspect I like are the tempo changes. It's not something you hear a lot and it works well with the song. Although, like the previous Kuga insert, I don't think it would fit the show. There's also this other really heavy Kuga insert that definitely wouldn't fit, but I digress on that too. Still, Rising Your Power to Gold is a good song that I don't mind listening to.
Are you ready?
38.
Spoilers for Kamen Rider Gaim. Everyone in Gaim's cast has been through a lot. Characters changed for better and for worse. Nothing shows that more than when Michi's theme, Point of No Return, is played as his mind goes towards betrayal. From the start with that acoustic guitar, I knew I was gonna like this song. Its somber tone and lyrics about getting past the point of no return is perfect for the story. Then when he sings, I miss you, I felt that.
I miss you.
Back when Gaim was airing, I played this almost non-stop, but there are other Gaim songs I enjoy way more, as you'll see later in the list.
Are you ready?
37.
Spoilers for Kamen Rider Heisei. Okay, Kamen Rider, you just make me wanna cry, huh? Saite from Heisei appears during 2 emotional moments, and each time is used masterfully. This is such an emotional song about getting past difficult times when you're not alone. We all have these memories that include other people in our lives, and that allows us to grow. This theme plays during the graduation of 2 of our characters, then again in the final episode as a goodbye to our cast. It's truly the perfect theme as our friendship continues on towards the future.
Are you ready?
36.
From one sad song goes into whatever finger on the trigger is. This hip-hop theme from Kamen Rider Double has always sounded pretty cool to me. The instrumentals are great, but the vocals aren't the best. I'd even say they're a little sloppy, which might be the point for something like this. Luckily, we do have a better version sung by Shotaro and Philip, which took years for the full version to even come out. Is it weird that the opening kinda reminds me of that one Dr. Eggman song from Sonic Adventure? Maybe that's just me. There's also an acoustic version. I don't recommend that one. That aside, Finger on the Trigger is a fun song.
Are you ready?
35.
The intro gets me every time. I like the sound of acoustic and Spanish guitars and music, and I love how the other instruments just blast in. Ride the Wind from Kamen Rider Decade is sung by Decade's actor, though I don't think the vocals are that good. It's still a nice detail and the backup vocals help out too. This is a high energy song that fits Tsukasa's personality, and I love hearing it whenever he goes into complete form. Plus, I definitely can't forget that bridge where the Spanish guitar is played again. It's one of my favorite pieces of any theme on here. The overall song gets me hyped, which is weird cause it's from Decade, but still.
Are you ready?
34.
Spoilers for Kamen Rider Gaim.
俺たちが最強の力手に入れたとして
You want hype? Rambo Escalation is the build-up to a battle between Gaim and Baron. Both the actors sing this, and it adds to the overall energy between the two. There's a lot of tension as it is within the show, but once the song hits, you know things are about to go down. They both want power for their own reasons, so this song will push them to fight for their own desires.
33.
While writing this list, I had such a hard time deciding between putting Shooting Star or Evolving Storm on here. I love group vocals, so a song starting out with one immediately gives me hype for what's to come. In a way, Shooting Star gives me a feeling like Bruce Lee is about to fight, which fits Kamen Rider Meteor's martial arts. This song is energetic from start to finish, even when it includes a melody from the emotional Sayate. And I think that's a beautiful callback. It's music with multiple layers like this that I really like, and Shooting Star is one I won't get tired of.
Are you ready?
32.
Speaking of energetic songs, Lord of the Speed from Kamen Rider Kabuto is one of those songs that I didn't enjoy at first, but it helped when listening to the song outside of the season. Yeah, I know that sounds weird, but it's the instrumentals and catchy vocals that I like, even if I don't think of an actual Lord of Speed while listening. The energy builds up, gradually slows during the pre-chorus, and gets a lot better during the main part of it, just like Kabuto.
Are you ready?
31.
Rise up your flag!
Are you tired of me talking about high energy yet? Cause we got another one with Rise Up Your Flag from Gaim. And I don't need to have a spoiler warning this time. Kachidoki Arms is already a great looking form. Add this song to a fight scene with it, and you get a strangely euphoric feeling to go along with those explosions. Koto's actor sings Rise Up Your Flag, and I'm just as surprised as you are that he's actually a pretty decent singer. From the blasting start to the earworm of a chorus, and the fact that this is for Kachidoki, Rise Up Your Flag comes up to be one of my favorite songs from Gaim.
Are you ready?
30.
I'm just gonna say it now. I love that heavy guitar. Missing Piece isn't what I'd expect for a Wizard's Infinity form, but I'm not gonna complain about such an awesome song. Once again, Kamen Rider girls perform and their vocals are always great. I've wondered why this song was called Missing Piece, and after reading a translation for the lyrics, I still don't get it, but that's okay. The music itself with that heavy riff and darker tone is what grabs me the most.
Are you ready?
29.
Roots of the King is catchy and the live acoustic version isn't bad either. Yeah, that's it.
Are you ready?
28.
Some of you might have been wondering when a Den-O song would finally show up. Real Action, used for liner form, is one of the biggest earworms on this list. Seriously, the chorus on the guitar riff goes through my head randomly at least once a day. Takeru Sato sings most of the Den-O inserts, but he's usually accompanied by one of the Taros. Except for Real Action, as it's his time to shine. This is what I wanted for a Saishu power-up theme, and it's near perfection. I mean, hey, I like it so much I got the CD for it. Thank you, Fervis.
Are you ready?
27.
Oh man, talk about a theme fit for a king. Another ominous intro goes into regal yet somber sounds. Sogo is meant to be the Demon King, and the darker tone and minor key reflects that in the song. What fits even more is that this is meant as a general form theme, being used for Gio's base form and Gio 2. Even better, the lyrics talk about letting time go do as it should. But just in case a change happens, Gio, the King of Time, will be there.
Are you ready?
26.
Others may have been wondering when an X8 insert would finally show up. I didn't get the feel for Wish in the Dark at first, since it was fast-paced and not dark enough for a form like Dangerous Zombie. But once I put that aside, I started to hear an actually pretty cool song. Fun fact, Masamune Dan's actor, Hiroyuki Takami, sings this theme, which might surprise some of you to hear that he was nearing 50 when X8 aired. Plus, he's a singer for the boy band Access, whose other half composed for Pandora, which performed Be the One from Build, and okay, back to Wish in the Dark. Now that I read the lyrics, it kinda goes with Dangerous Zombie more than I thought. It's about a search for power while looking for answers within the dark. Almost like you'd be wishing for something. Oh, I get it. Before we continue, I'd like to say thank you so much for watching to this point. It would mean the world to me if you could support me, whether it's through Patreon, YouTube memberships, or just leaving a like. But more importantly, I asked you guys on Twitter what your favorite inserts were, and here are some of your responses. At Dragon Shrine says, Burning My Soul is such a good song. I feel the lyrics really fit Banjo and how his character was developed throughout Build. At Thomas Jujubee says, I think overall X8 is my favorite, but to single out a single song I have to go with Burning My Soul. It's so good. Certain songs got extra points depending on how well they fit the character, and yeah, Burning My Soul definitely is one of them. At Protodub says, Rambo Escalation. That song is so good. I love the back and forth vocals between Kaito and Kota, and the song really deeply relates to their character dynamic and is legit my favorite song of all time. I think I've said this before, but duets really are my favorite songs, especially if they have two developing characters going back and forth when it has to do with the story and, well, their development. At Megacray says, This Love Never Ends. I know there are many more popular picks, but for some reason this one sticks with me. I find it compelling, emotional, and just overall nice to listen to. I really like songs that are able to tell a story. I completely agree. Whether the song is catchy, helps out a character with their development, or tells a story on its own, well, those are my favorites too. At Artist Evan JK says, Wish in the Dark, the theme for Genom, perfectly encapsulates his dark insanity while showing a bit of the tragic and somber notes of the character. Plus the song itself is just excitement incarnate, and to me at least makes you cheer for the god Kuro Toshin. Yeah, all praise Kamida. At MassBluey9999 says, Double action gun form. Very funky and danceable song that fits Ryutaro's perfectly. At Kaiju Kobe says, Silent Shout. I fell in love with it the first time I heard it. The power in the instruments and vocals are perfect for the form the song goes with. And it just has an early 2000 rock vibe to it that I love so much. Plus it's from Kiba. All the music in Kiba is amazing. I don't know about that last one, but yeah, Silent Shout is pretty good. At Shogun Muteki says, Wish in the Dark. Hiroki Takami is so talented and I love the song ever since I first heard it. I think it can even be dissected in a character sense. I think the key change from the verse to the chorus reflects Dan's change from a calm CEO to, well, meme Dan. At Washino Oja says, I'm Age. Wish in the Dark and Justice. Not because I like those characters, but because those songs slap me into space. All of you guys had great replies, but unfortunately I can't talk about all of them or else we would really be here forever. But if you would like to get a shout out possibly, I ask these questions sometimes on Twitter, so follow me at Marcosatsu, and maybe you'll get onto one of these videos. Now let's get back to it. Has my hair always been like this?
25.
Alright, halfway point. What do we have to commemorate the occasion? Okay, so honestly, People Game is probably the embodiment of cheesy superhero songs, but man, that just kinda works in its favor as probably one of the most fun Kamen Rider songs ever. Which is weird considering how not family friendly the lyrics are despite it sounding lighthearted. Anyway, you guys know I love electronica, so I loved this song before the vocals came in, which are lovingly sung by Ruka Matsuda, Poppy People Papo herself. I got that on the second try. Of course, I also gotta shout out Manabingu for having this awesome English cover too. who even added this cute dance to it. This is a good song to transition from the halfway point.
Are you ready? 24.
If there was any season that would have a large focus on rock music, it would be Drive. Whether it's speeding through with its opening theme, or giving us awesome riffs with Don't Lose Your Mind, each Drive insert is just great. The guitars especially stand out with memorable riffs and solos, although the lyrics stand out to me too. We have the expected lyric of Drive at top gear, but there are also verses talking about machines taking over, possibly getting past humans. But if you're the only one to stop them, then don't lose your mind. I wasn't expecting all that, but I guess it fits with Drive season. So, don't lose your mind, kids.
23.
Electronic intros are some of my favorites since they usually just start blasting and don't let up. Burning My Soul from Build is what I imagine goes through Banjo's head when he becomes Cross Magma. It certainly fits him. I hear a lot of layers to this insert. I wouldn't even know where to begin talking about them. But aside from the electronics, the guitar is amazing. Those little crystallized sounds added to the song, and the vocals are fantastic. You guys might know that there's an alternate version sung by Hiroki Takami that sounds just as good to me with that never-ending energy, except for a nice little intro in the Takami version. My own soul is burning to this theme, and I love every second.
Are you ready? 22.
I think this slipped my mind while watching through Heisei, but once I heard it fully, I just had to play it on repeat for a while. It has a lot of my biases, electronics, a duet, and great riffs. I'm not sure what a giant step has to do with anything, but reading through the lyrics, it talks about taking one step at a time towards something new. One step becomes a giant step, which might not seem much to you, but to the world it's a big influence. Or something like that. Okay, so the instrumentation itself is what I enjoyed the most about this insert. Next one.
21.
I can't help but crack a smile while listening to EXA from Gaim, which stands for Exciting X Attitude, but they pronounce it like oh boy. Well, the song is definitely exciting, and I do get a bit of attitude from the Kamen Rider girls. Is it weird that the choreography for these KRG songs get big bonus points from me? I mean, it's not easy having group vocals, so these groups deserve a lot of respect for their work. Same goes for the musicians that make these inserts possible. The Japanese-sounding drums in this action-packed theme gets me pumped for anything Gaim has to offer, and that makes the action that much better.
20.
Putting Toki no Oja on here was a tough decision on its own, but now I don't know which other GL song deserves a spot. Future Guardian is a great theme for Gates. Revolutionize is just beautiful. Tsukuyomi has one, I guess. So this only leaves Black and White. If Toki no Oja is regal for a king of time, then Black and White is the hype man we need with Laws. The harpsichord in the beginning sounds majestic, and the verses sound just as good. My favorite part is the bridge where the music lowers for Waz to show how great of a singer he is. This insert is one of the best things to come out of Geo, which may or may not seem like much to you, but that's a big positive for me.
19.
As we get closer to my top 10, I feel like older inserts deserve more respect since they're still just as good as anything today. Full Force from Kabuto is absolutely no exception. I love those vocals and the intro guitar screams Kabuto to me. Let's not forget that amazing chorus. My gosh, that gets better every time I hear it, and it makes every fight give an extra punch, just like the show itself. Not that it means anything. Anyway, even when it was overused in the Kabuto fighting game, I didn't mind because the song was basically on repeat for me, which is a good thing because this is played a lot throughout the first half, and of course this was performed by writer chips, so that's another point for it. Let's hear that chorus again.
18.
It may sound like a big negative when I say that this is the most basic sounding insert, but that's actually what I love about People with No Name from FIZE. It's that simple, small rock band sound, and somehow that makes fight scenes that much bigger. I think the comments know just how cool this song is. Once the chorus hits, everything else hits back. But I'm here for that dirty sounding bridge. Okay, so I really didn't have much to say, which, I don't know, let's go to the next one.
Are you ready?
17.
Yes, this is one of the hypest Saishu power-up inserts, and it should be when shown with Hyper Muteki from X8. The Kamen Rider girls give the perfect amount of energy into a song without overshadowing the instruments, which is good because the instruments do work here. I love the guitar and drums, they're so powerful yet laid back exactly when needed. This might even be the insert theme to represent Heisei Phase 2, as it's definitely not something you'd hear from Phase 1, while doing something unique by combining several of my favorite personal musical elements into something grand. Maybe it could even be used for an intro about reviews on Kamen Rider seasons or something. I don't know.
Are you ready?
16.
I know I literally just said this in the previous entry, but yes, I hear that guitar intro and I'm ready for anything. I feel like this is one of the inserts I really don't have to say much about, because you guys know, you all know. Unless you didn't watch Drive, don't say you don't know. Here, I'll show you how you know. Yeah, you know. Each of our three writers have connection to Kiriko Shijima, and this music video shows the struggle they all have and... well, whatever, you guys know. Yes, that's all I can say. Yes. Before we continue, I'd like to take this time to introduce the sponsor of the video, Skillshare. I'm sure you've heard of them before, but it's one service that I've been using for a while, so it's one I personally stand by. Skillshare is an online learning community where millions come together to take the next step in their creative journey. By offering thousands of inspiring classes on topics including design, photography, film, and more. I've been making videos for a while now and I'm still finding new ways to improve, so I think these lessons could be useful for beginners and pros alike. As you can probably tell, I've been trying to up the quality with these videos a bit, and the Shooting on a Budget class by Christopher Rhodes certainly helped. Some of you guys might know that I'm kind of a busy guy, but Skillshare does have short lessons that are under 60 minutes, so they can fit around any schedule you choose. There are thousands of classes to explore to keep you inspired and express yourself. Skillshare is always launching new premium classes so you can follow wherever your creativity takes you. And the best part is that it's less than $10 a month with an annual subscription. The first 1,000 people to use this link will get 2 free months of Skillshare Premium. Sign up now and explore your creativity.
Are you ready?
15.
Oh look, another song from Kiva. As much as I don't generally like Kiva's music, or the season in general, I admit that at least a few songs stand out to me musically, such as Individual System. I'm not sure what effect the opening riff has, but I like it, almost as much as I love the chorus. When it comes to the lyrics, I have no idea what it's about, though being told to reach for the sky gives me a warm feeling. Watsuru's actor, Koji Seto, was the lead singer for a band formed specifically for Kiva called Tetrafang. The combination of each of their talents lead to Individual System, and that's enough for me to give it a pass.
Are you ready?
14,
どうして心に従わない
Sorry for sleeping on this insert the first time I made the list. Maybe it was because of the weakish start, but I guess anything from O's has a special place in my heart, especially with Reverse Rebirth. I really like Goto as Birth, and Date is one of my favorite characters of the season, so having them both sing a song is exactly what I need for my heart to grow 3 sizes. It helps that the song itself is great since their harmonies and their verses are amazing. Oh, and the cake at the end? That's beautiful.
13,
There are so many inserts from Double that I could choose from. Leave All Behind is one that comes to mind, but list spoiler alert, there's another Double song to come. For now, I'll go with Cyclone Effect. The vocals from Labor Day are amazing, and I've loved them in the opening too. Plus the guitar is just as amazing. Oh, but you guys are way more familiar with the acoustic version. No spoilers for this one, so I'll just say that this is truly a gorgeous song that represents a lifelong friendship between our detectives. If this was about just the acoustic version, then it would easily be top 5. But I want to be fair to the original. Whether it's heavy rock or acoustic, Cyclone Effect deserves a high spot.
Are you ready?
12,
From the first time I heard Real Game, I knew that it would be pretty high on my countdown. Yeah, 12 is still high considering there are 50 entries, but I digress. As a bass player, I'll put out there that bass carries so hard. Oh yeah, just listen to that intro. In fact, listen to the lyrics too. This insert is for Paradox level 99, and the lyrics just seem so perfect for his character. Without saying any spoilers, of course. Instrumentally, Real Game is fantastic and explosive. Love it.
Are you ready?
11,
The intersection of 2 wishes, an effort of 2, comes time judged all. Time to start a riot, cause it just barely missed out in the top 10. One of the most beloved duos in Kamen Rider deserves one of the biggest sounding inserts to symbolize their combined efforts. Also to go along with one of the biggest non-Saishu power-ups in Rider, Tajador. Time Judged All is as amazing as everyone says it is. It sounds fantastic and that chorus makes me smile every time. There are even several versions of the music video and song itself for Eiji and Ankh. Let's not forget the biggest tearjerker move in making an 8 years later version. Although maybe it's just me, I don't really hear a difference with the original and the 8 years later one. Aside from the extended intro, but let's move past that. What's not to love? Well, I think the song's a little overrated. That's all I'll say about that, but this really is an amazing insert, which is why it's near the top. Now, for those who say Tajadol instead of Tajador, what's a condole?
Are you ready?
I just went through 40 songs. You really want honorable mentions? Okay. Well, at least I'll talk about a couple before we get to the top 10. And now for some honorable mentions. Dive Deep. Kamen Rider Ghost technically does have insert themes, but they're completely instrumentals, and while that's fine, in fact, they're actually really good. I wanted to focus more on the vocal ones. Now, you might be asking about Dive Deep, that really awesome song that fits perfectly for Deep Spectre, which unfortunately isn't actually a Kamen Rider song. Its singer, Taro Kobayashi, would later go on to make a theme for Amazons, but Dive Deep was just chosen by a fan to go with Deep Spectre. Nothing more. Great song though. Power to Terror and Right on Time. These two were highly predicted to be on my list, and they're very well loved, almost as much as Time Judge Doll. Forget what I said about O's inserts being special in my heart. I think these two are just okay. Pinpopel. I think that's how you say it. The song's funny. Supernova. No.
Hey kids, and welcome to Gokai's Corner, where learning is fun. Today's subject is all about the sun. It's the center of our solar system and gives us the light we need to see things. Now tell me kids, do you know what happens every morning? That's right kids, sun goes up. I feel like Shu Watanabe doesn't get enough credit nowadays. Not only did he betray Kamen Rider O's, but he also sung each and every image song for O's combos. And the one that really gets me pumped is Sagozo's song, Sun Goes Up. The song perfectly captures just how powerful Sagozo is with Watanabe's blunt and brutal singing style. This is the kind of song that you would play at the gym, whether you're pumping irons, lifting weights, or running on the treadmill. But if you want to hear just how savage this song really can be, check out my Kamen Rider mashup compilation, where it's paired with that Jumanji cartoon no one seems to remember.
What I'm about to say is from the heart. And also, I'm not really good at talking in depth about music, but here goes. Dead or Alive is cool. It basically sold me on Fies. And I mean more specifically when the fight between Mr. J and Fies goes down and you hear those awesome chords in the background. While he exceeds charge into his freaking body and dunks on him, yo! The song is earwormy and has a very energetic tone. And overall, it's pretty badass. When you hear this song, you know Takumi's about to get shit done and even more shit's about to turn into ash. The best part of it is that da 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 section. Whatever the hell that is, I love it! In conclusion, it is the best song. Fight me. I dare you.
You may not believe me, but once I've watched about Kamen Gaim of the series, when Kamen Gaim uses the Lemon Energy Lock C and transforms to Jimba Lemon Arms, this song started playing, and I believe it's called Toki no Hana. And I forgot to mention that Toki no Hana is sung by Kamen Girls, and I'm like a huge fan of Kamen Girls. They literally sing their heart out with Toki no Hana. Now, Toki no Hana is literally my favorite theme of Kamen Gaim. I wish there's more scenes that is of this insert theme song. This slaps hard. The music slaps hard. The beat and the sing of the intro, the piano of literally. I wish there could be more scenes of that. Hell, Kamen Girls is absolutely my favorite band in this Kamen of the Heisei era. Believe me. With that said, I'll let Marcos take it from here.
10,
Here we are, the top 10. Looks like I'm complimenting Kiva one more time. I've stated in other videos that catchy doesn't automatically make something good. It can be a positive point, but it shouldn't be the main reason it's good. Yeah, whatever, I'm throwing that out. Destiny's Play is what goes through my mind on a daily basis. The great vocals, that beautiful violin intro, the catchy chorus, that freaking chorus. I already like the rock style this song goes for, and I love Koji Seto's singing voice, which actually adds to the song, since the lyrics are about facing destiny and getting out of your shell, like Wataru is singing this himself. Plus the reunion version just makes me... You know what, I just really love Destiny's Play.
9.
Not everything needs to be big to feel important. Nobody's Perfect seems like a simple piano ballad, as it's about protecting the ones you love. As much as I say a song is beautiful, this one is truly one of the most beautiful pieces I've heard. Sometimes I catch myself humming the chorus. Other times I listen to Nobody's Perfect when I'm down. It's a comfy feeling that says it'll be okay. Keep fighting for what you love.
Eight.
Yeah, you guys knew. Double Action had to be in the top 10 somewhere. But which one? Strike Form is honestly my favorite, and Climax Form is a very close second, but those are movie themes, so they're not counted here. Other than that, we have Sword, Rod, Axe, Gun, and Wing Forms. You really want me to choose? Because if I did, then this list would have a lot of Den-O songs. So, why not say all of them? Sword Form is the one that started it all and has my favorite instrumentation with that electronic rock sound, along with the best chorus to me out of the Double Action inserts. Rod Form sounds suave? I'm not sure how else to put that, but it's also quite catchy. Axe Form has that tough guy tone that makes me love Kintaros even more. Gun Form turning Double Action into hip-hop works so well. A lot better than I thought, in fact. Maybe I'm just a sucker for record scratches in the beat. They all have similar melodies that brings them together musically. Well, that and they have Takeru Sato singing each one. If you want to call this a cop-out, then just wait till I talk about Climax Form in the movie themes countdown. But each of these are great, and all deserve to be in the top 10 one way or another. Oh wait, there was another Double Action song that appeared in the show.
Seven.
Why was I sleeping on this for so long? How was I sleeping on this for so long? This is gonna be the only top 10 song where I don't say much because, like, Kagase just sounds really cool. Yeah, I don't know what it's about, or that I completely missed it in Blade. I just think it sounds really cool.
Six.
How could I put Action Zero above the many forms of Double Action? Simple. Cernunnos is one of my favorite writers, so that's already 1 point. His insert gives a bit more insight on his tragic character. Another point, I just like Action Zero way more musically. The biggest point, this might be my favorite insert lyrically since it's clearly about Yuto and Deneb singing about their friendship, and how Deneb will help Yuto achieve whatever goal time has for him, so they'll always fight together. This might also be my high school self-talking, but I like the more edgy tone, since it kinda fits Yuto's story. Although there's a bit of hope in these lyrics that grab me the most. It really brings a tear to my eye.
Five.
I told myself that I wouldn't type my thoughts on these until I finished the previous 45. Now that we got to this point, I think I gained a greater appreciation for these 5. Nobody's Perfect played building up the debut of Double Extreme. Then when we reach the climax of the season, we hear Extreme Dream. Labor Day really brings out the best in Double, and it's always to show how great partners Philip and Shotaro are. The very first line of, I get a feeling that it'll come true when I'm with you, that hits me so hard. Like, this is exactly what our detectives in 1 need to break through. And that chorus with lines like, there'll be nothing scary anymore, nobody's perfect, bringing everything Shotaro's learned full circle. The heavy rock, the fantastic vocals, the character-defining lyrics, it really is extreme.
4,
Justice. That's exactly what I feel from the tone, but under that is something darker. The piano opening is great, that pre-chorus is my favorite, the actual chorus is super catchy, and Hiroki Takami once again sings his lungs out. Even just hearing him hum the melody is awesome. X8 has a lot of EDM and rock influences, with Real Game being the most rock, People Game having the most electronics, and Justice being somewhere in the middle, which is the perfect balance. I guess you could say this song does the show justice. I didn't really want to say that, but Furbus wrote it down for me, so Justice.
Three,
Take a deep breath with Deep Breath and enjoy as the song pumps you up for the battle. Here comes my bias for writer chips, since this was one of the first songs they made for the series. Except this has Raleigh on vocals instead of Ricky. That doesn't make Deep Breath any less awesome. I love the beats and the grungy sounding vocals, plus it has one of my favorite choruses. Hearing the backing vocals say Deep Breath is really cool. If there was anything I looked forward to in Agito, it would be just this song. Let's once again take a deep breath.
2,
If you guys watch me for a while, then you'll know that I love this song for so long. The guitar alone has my favorite riffs and solos in Kamen Rider. Extra points for Dian's actor singing his song. I've heard that it has a lot of auto-tune, but I think that kinda works in its favor. A thief will do anything, right? That's what the song is about. Dian will seek out the world's greatest treasures and no one can stop him. In a way, I feel a bit of heroism coming from this character through the song. Maybe he isn't such a bad guy. Maybe Dian is just getting by any means to take treasure. Who knows, but Treasure Sniper is amazing. This actually used to be my #1 favorite insert ever, and it was in my previous list at the top. But what can go over this song? It's a little recent, and I kind of did hint at it a couple times in previous entries. And yeah, I am stalling to build tension. Without further ado, my #1 pick for my favorite Heisei Kamen Rider insert theme.
1,
Everything I love about Kamen Rider in one insert theme. You want hype? This is hype. Instruments? Fantastic. That opening guitar riff doesn't stop the energy with how the chorus explodes. Lyrics? Marvelous. The era is changing right now, with so many legends fighting together, so let's enter the next new world. The time is now, and time is on my side. And of course, is performed by Rider Chips, with another equally as cool version by Kamen Rider Girls. This might be Ricky's best vocals and music, and I'm so happy it's for Kamen Rider. In fact, I'll just say it. Next New World, to me, is a masterpiece. This is the song that ended Heisei Rider in the best way possible. A song for a king, but also a song to say farewell to this era. Thank you all for watching. I just went through 50 songs and more, but I can't believe it's finally over. Shout out to the Discord server, my friends, people on Twitter who helped out. I always really appreciate it. Now if you excuse me, I got a certain history of Kamen Rider project to work on. So, until next time.
video has reached completion. See you next time.